Hello and welcome to Climate Smarter Living. I am Rainer and today we are talking about a very special animal. Do you like these colorful butterflies that flutter like leaves in the wind of the flower meadows? I like butterfly. I'm very happy when these fluttering insects accompany me on my hikes. A few years ago, it was autumn, I discovered with my son a butterfly. We stood in the Alps high up in the mountains. We were amazed about this butterfly in this altitude. It was an Admiral, not unusual. Do you know what the butterfly did up there in the mountains? You can find some details in the web. The Admiral is a butterfly of the northern hemisphere. Within the distribution area, the Admiral can be found on the coasts as well as at an altitude of 2,500 meters above sea level. The moths reach a wingspan of 55 to 65 millimeters. They have velvety black forewing uppersides on which a broad checked brick red band runs approximately in the middle. The females almost have a small white spot in this. The Admiral lives in southern Europe. The new generation of adults migrates north before mating, as the food supply usually decreases in late spring. During the hike, the Admiral flies at high altitudes where he is carried by fast winds. This saves him energy for his hike, so the Admiral wanders because of lack of food. I'm sure you have seen an Admiral. Now, I will ask you how climate change might affect the magnificent butterfly. You could answer like, no flowers, meadows to eat, the wind direction changed, or too little wind to reach the goal in the north, or extreme temperatures, heat death or freezing to death. I found a few clues. The climate change could change the duration of the migration, could lead to an increase in the occurrence of the Admiral and an expansion of its range to the north. A warmer climate could leave more time for mate search, oviposition and nectar gathering. That sounds positive. Conversely, more frequent droughts related to climate change would reduce egg survival rates and lead to the destruction of habitat and host plants. That sounds negative. I'm not a butterfly researcher, but I would say life will change for the Admiral if the climate change. That would bring positive and negative aspects. But do we know that the Admiral will survive? What does the future hold for our butterfly in Europe? I found more details. The number of endangered butterflies in Europe is increasing. About a third of the species become rarer. Only 4% occur more frequently. This is mainly due to the loss of natural habitats due to industrialized agriculture. Butterflies need natural and traditional managed areas such as grassland, fence and warm alluvial forests. Modern agriculture with heavy fertilization and insecticides offer hardly any habitat for butterflies, and people are increasingly demanding more space. Butterflies play an important role as a bioindicator. Butterflies and birds cannot seem to keep up with climate change. In the past 2 decades, the ideal habitat of the animals in Europe has shifted northwards faster than the animals have been able to migrate. I read that habitat of butterflies shifted by an average of 240 kilometers to the north during the observed period. The number of butterfly species is increased in Germany as a result of climate change. The population, however, would become smaller and thus more vulnerable. Some are already so small that they are likely to disappear completely in the next years. I'm glad that the Admiral is not on the red list and not yet an endangered species. What can we do for the Admiral? Maybe plant nettle in our garden, plant nettle on our balcony. Dear friends, this was Rainer from Climate Smarter Living about climate and biodiversity.